Hello everyone, my name is TGC Mandagan. My report is all about industrial arts. What is welding technology? Career in welding technology are for skilled individuals that develop the necessary technical knowledge and skills related to welding processes such as shield metal arc welding, oxy-fuel welding and cutting, gas tungsten arc welding, gas metal arc welding, and many other welding processes as basic tools and equipment in welding technology. Next one. Welding mask. A welding helmet is a type of headgear used when performing certain types of welding to protect the eye, face, and neck from splash burn, ultraviolet lights, sparks, infrared lights, and heat. A welding helmet, commonly referred to as a hood, is one of the most important pieces of personal protective equipment that a welding must have. An adequate helmet protects the eye and skin not only from severe sparks but also the potentially vision damaging ultraviolet and infrared rays emitted by the arc. And I have a short video about how to use welding masks.
Hey guys, I want to give you a quick explanation of how these welding helmets work. This is an auto darkening helmet, so when you first put it on, you will be able to see through this nice and clearly. But once you start welding, it's going to automatically go dark and you won't be able to see anything anymore outside of the little bright dot where you're welding at. Now, on the side of this helmet is a dial, and that 9 is a number 9 shaded lens, and 13 is a number 13 shaded lens. The higher the number, the darker the helmet gets, so it protects your eyes better for the brighter light. And you can adjust that while you're welding or as you need to make the helmet a nice color shade for you. On the back of the helmet, this is how you're going to adjust it to fit your head. There is a dial right here, and you must push down on the dial. If you don't push down, you're not able to turn it. So with it up, it's stuck, it doesn't turn. You push down, now it actually rotates. I'm going to give you an example of what this looks like when you start welding. So, put my phone in here. Now you can see the metal nice and clearly. Over here we got our welding handle and our ground clamp is connected up to the metal. I'm going to turn the machine on. So you can see the nozzle of the welding tip right there, the welding gun. And you can see all around nice and clearly. But once I pull the trigger, everything's going to go dark. Once I let go of the trigger, the helmet stops darkening, and now you can see everything nice and clearly again. It's important to know what is supposed to happen with these when you pull the trigger on the welder, because if it does not go dark, there's something wrong with the welding helmet. You need to talk to the teacher, talk to myself. A lot of these have a permanent battery that lasts X amount of years. In this case, this helmet lasts 6 years. After 6 years, it's expected the battery might die. So 6 years from 2015, so we're looking about 2021, there's a good chance this welding helmet will stop working, and either you have to replace the battery or replace it.
And next naman natin is electrode holder. To the electrode holder, the electrode holder connects to the welding cable and conducts the welding current to electrode. The insulated handle is used to guide the electrode over when the feed the electrode over will joint into the weld paddle as it is consumed. The primary function of the electrode holder clamp is to support the electrode, guaranteeing a good electrical contact to current passage. It should also guarantee sufficient electrical insulation for the welding operation. And I have a short video about how to use electrode holder.
Papalit natin dito. Yun. Yun pala yun. Testing natin. Ayos naman eh.
And next naman natin guys is electrode. An electrode is a coated metal wire. It's made of material similar to the metal being welded. A shield metal arc welding SMAW, as also known as stick electrodes, are consumable, which means that the electrode is consumed during its use and melts with the weld. In arc welding, an electrode is used to conduct current through a workpiece of use two, two pieces together. Depending upon the process, the electrode is either consumable, in the case of gas metal arc weld, or shielded metal or arc welding, or consumable welding, such as is a gas tungsten arc welding. So I have a short video about how to use electrode.
Hello na naman mga kauragong. Nandito na naman tayo sa panibagong vlog natin. At sana nakikinig pa rin at nanonood. So, pag sinabi pong high cellulosic electrode, siya po ay pwede sa mga makakalawang. Kahit po makalawang yung weldingin mo, okay lang po. Hindi siya maaano or hindi makaka-apekto yon sa welding natin or sa bakal natin or sa output natin. At saka siya po ay deep penetrant na electrode. Ano po, so ibig sabihin pag ginamit po natin siya po ay may malalim na penetration na ibibigay sa atin. Kaya po madalas ang E6011 ay kadalasan ginagamit natin sa penetration. Okay po. So, yung kung nakaraan yung rutile electrode naman na E6013 ang ginagamit naman natin ay para sa mga general purpose. So ang E60 bakit E70 ng 70 ako? E6011 ay ginagamit naman natin sa mga kahit na anong posisyon. Ano po? So all position capability po siya. Ano po? So katulad ng naunang topic natin, so makikita po natin yun doon sa dinify natin kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng mga digit o mga codes na nasa kanila. So yan po ang E6011 ay makikita natin pag bibili tayo ay naka-plastic po siya, hindi katulad ng 13 na nakakahon ng maliliit. So minsan may nakaka-plastic din mga ganito. Ito po ay 5 kilo ang isang balot. Okay, so katulad rin po ng ibang electrode, makikita rin po natin ang code niya dito at saka dito sa dulo. Alright. Okay, so ito po ang madalas na palatandaan natin ang pakikita sa box ng welding rod pag tayo po ay bibili. Ano po? So dito po natin titingnan kung anong klaseng electrode or welding rod ang ating nabili or ang ating bibilhin. Ano po? So makikita po ninyo kung sino ang gumawa, ang manufacturer, kung ano po ang brand niya, then kung ano po ang code niya sa AWS. Makikita po natin ang code niya ay AWS A5.1 E6011. So ibig sabihin ito pong welding rod na ito ay E6011. Alright, so dito naman po sa bandang gilid, so makikita po natin yung recommended current setting at saka yung thickness ng ating core wire at saka kung anong pwedeng gamitin natin siya, pwedeng AC or DC. Ano po, so ito pong welding rod na ito ay maganda daw po ay gamitin sa AC or DC plus. Kaya mamaya tetestingin natin to or gagamitin natin to sa DC plus kasi maganda ang output niya sa DC plus kung direct current or inverter ang gagamitin nating makina. Alright, so ito po yung mga sizes or diameter ng ating welding rod. Ano po? So meron tayong pinakamaliit 2.5, sumunod po ay 3.2, 4.0 and 5.0 ang pinakamalaki. So yung 2.5 po yung pinakamaliit. So dito po tayo. So itong welding rod na ito, itong kahon na ito ay 3.2. So, sa inches po, makikita natin 332 pag 2.5 yung po yung nakamaliit, 1/8 po sa inch or inches na unit yung 3.2. Ano po? Okay. So sa amperage setting naman po, pag halimbawa 2.2 ang gamit nating rod, so dito po yan maglalaro. So ang range niya po ay 60 to 90. Ano po? 60 to 90. Yan. Then ito naman po ay 1/8 or 3.2, so 80 to 120. So ibig sabihin po mamaya tetestingin natin yung welding rod na ito kasi 3.2 ito sa range na 80 to 120. Okay po. So okay. So yan po ang basic na kailangan nating malaman kung tayo ay bibili ng welding rod.
So guys, alam na natin kung paano identify yung electric rods. And next naman natin is metal brush. A wire brush is a tool consisting of a brush whose bristles are made of wire, most often steel wire. The steel used is generally a medium to high carbon variety of very hard and springy. Other wire brushes features bristles made from brush and stainless steel, depending on application. The wire brush is primarily an abrasive implement used for cleaning rust and removing paints. It is also used to clean surface and to create a better contact area for attaching electrical connection, such as those between car battery posts and their connectors, should they accumulate build up to film and dirt. And I have a short video about how to use metal brush.
Hi, I'm Kate Richburg, Director of Education here at beeducation.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to use two brushes, the steel brush and the brass brush. These are the two metal brushes that we carry. One is brass, the gold one, and one is steel, the silver-toned one. Let's talk about the brass brush first. This brass brush, as you can see, has brass bristles, and they're pretty soft. You can see I can kind of put my fingers on the top of them and stuff, and it doesn't really hurt. This is a tool that you would use to finish off your metal and polish your metal. Typically, we use a brass brush wet. We can either dip it into a bowl of water, or we can use it under running water in the sink. We can also add a little bit of dish soap to the brush, and we would use that when we want to polish our metal and just give it some nice round brushes here, and that'll give it a nice high shine, especially when it's coupled, as I said, with the water and the dish soap. You want to make sure to rinse, if you do use this with any soap, you want to make sure to rinse it well and set it out to dry. Remember, the handle of this brush is wood, so it will warp or crack if it stays wet. So try and put it somewhere nice and dry when it's not in use. This is the steel brush. The bristles on this brush are a little bit stiffer, and you can see that was a little painful. There, I think I poked one into my finger. But you want to be a little more careful using this brush. The bristles, as I said, are a little more stiff, and they're going to leave a more satin finish on your metal than that brass brush will. You don't want to get this brush wet at all, because water, when it meets steel, equals rust, so we don't want that to happen. But you can use the steel brush to polish and shine your metal, but it will leave a nice matte finish on your metal as you shine it. And you can see, just by polishing that a little bit, how we've brought up some shine, but it definitely does leave some brush marks in there. It's a nice brushed finish, though, on the metal, so that can really add to your jewelry designs.
Yung last naman natin is angle grinder. Angle grinder, also known as a side grinder or disc grinder, is a handheld power tool used for grinding and polishing, although developed originally as tools for rigid abrasive discs. The availability of an interchangeable power source has encouraged their use with a wide variety of cutters and attachments. An angle grinder is handheld power tools can be used a variety of metal fabrication jobs that include cutting, grinding, deburring, finishing, and polishing. The most common types of angle grinders are powered by electricity, either corded or battery powered. And I have a short video about how to use angle grinders. Watch this.
Grinders. We're going to go over how to use one of these, some of the discs that I use, and what I use them for. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you may need to do with your angle grinder is to actually cut stuff. So if you don't have a chop saw or a bandsaw, you can use an angle grinder to cut your material as you get it in, okay? So they're inexpensive, they're portable, really handy for that. And even though I have a chop saw and a bandsaw, I still use my angle grinder quite a bit. There's 3 different cutoff wheels that I use quite a bit. First, there's these basic thin cutoff wheels. These are great. They cut really pretty fast, but they also wear down pretty fast as well. So that's the drawback to them, but they're good for making a straight cut in a line. You want to cut on the edge of these instead of grinding on the face of them. Don't want to do that. Another one is a metal disc like this. This one's made by Diablo. There's multiple companies that make them. They have a little diamond grit attached to the outside of a